Increase your SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, each and every month by simply doing this. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I'm specifically focusing on SNAP benefits, otherwise known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also referred to as food stamps, as there are over 40 million beneficiaries right here in the United States who get benefits every single month. I also do know that there are a lot of you here in the community who are low-income or fixed income beneficiaries who are receiving SNAP benefits, and in this video I want to give you some simple ideas as far as what you can do to potentially raise your benefit by quite a bit, as we all know that food prices continue to go up and these food prices are through the roof right now and we all need a little bit more money. So let's get into it and talk about all these ideas and what you can start doing as of right now. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos, as I truly want to help you out in any way that I can. That's why I'm here for you right by your side, and that is my dedication and my commitment to you and everybody right here in the community. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and always remember, I'll be here for you no matter what every single day, as that is my promise. So let's get into it and talk about what's going on here. All right, so now that we are still relatively early in 2023, there's a lot of 2023 to go. As we do know, at the start of this year, a few changes came in. Number one, the COLA, 2-year monthly benefit, the cost of living adjustment came to the benefits that you're receiving, whether it's Social Security retirement or disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, whatever these types of benefits are, you all got a cost of living adjustment, the 8.7%, which ultimately increased your income pretty substantially according to their measures. Now, I think all of us can probably disagree with that a little bit as we look at our real income and we think, seriously, it didn't really do a whole lot to my income, right? Well, however, when they calculate all the numbers and they look at your situation, they look at it and think, wow, your income has gone up a lot, therefore reduction to your SNAP benefit, right? How many of us got the letter that says, hey, I'm sorry, but your SNAP benefits are going to be reduced by, and then they give you a dollar amount. They let you know how much your benefit is going to be reduced because of the COLA, right? However, here's the unfortunate part about it. Yes, we do know that benefits have been decreased for a lot of people because of the COLA raise and other aspects of that. However, here's what I want to point out for you really quickly. Let me ask you this much. If you're somebody that has increased expenses, for example, let's just say that you are renting maybe a house or an apartment. It literally doesn't matter. Let's just say that you're renting somewhere, okay? If your rent has gone up in 2023, let's be real. How many of us have had their rent go up in 2023? Everybody raised their hand, right? I mean, let's be real for a second, right? This is the real situation. However, let's remember how they calculate these benefits and what they look at when they determine your eligibility for your SNAP benefits and how much you're going to be receiving. They look at your income and they also look at any output, as in expenses on, for example, rent, right? So this is something that I wanted to take into consideration. Let's just say, for example, your rent went up, say, $50 or $80 or $100 per month. It literally doesn't matter what it was. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the rent increase doesn't matter. It matters a lot. What I'm simply saying is, for the examples that I'm giving here, whatever your rent has gone up, we need to take that into consideration as well. Now, here's what I want to point out for you. It's going to take a little bit of talking. It's going to take just a few minutes of work here, but it may be completely worth it. Here's what I would highly recommend that you do. Now, here's the thing with SNAP benefits. They do have regular reviews on you and your eligibility for SNAP benefits, right? It's usually a once annual review, and then they kind of go over your situation to determine, okay, are you still eligible? How much are you eligible for? However, let's just say that that review is not scheduled for quite a while now on your situation. However, let's take this into consideration. You got the COLA raise, right? The 8.7%. Let's just say that your benefits have gone up by, for example, $80 a month. Okay, that's cool. But guess what? Let's just say that your rent has gone up by $100 per month. That means your output, your cost of living has gone up also by, say, $100 in this example. Now, obviously, this is going to be different for everybody. I'm just using some round numbers here for nice example purposes, right? Here's what I would suggest to do. Call your local office and let them know that things have changed for you. Yes, hey, I got the COLA, nice, great for me, and my benefits have been reduced. However, my rent has also gone up. Can you re-examine my situation? Can you do a simple review and see if I can get my benefits reinstated? Can you raise my benefits? Where do I currently sit now with my eligibility for SNAP benefits? Things like this. So here's what I'd highly recommend. Call your local office. I know none of us want to do this. Don't get me wrong, I don't like making these kinds of phone calls either. Not my favorite thing to do in the world. But at the end of the day, let's just say that they review your situation. They think, hey, you're right. Your income did go up a little bit because of this, because of the COLA. But now, guess what? Your expenses, as in your rent, has also gone up. Therefore, we can reinstate, say, $30, $40, $50 a month of your SNAP benefits, or increase them because of your cost of living, as in your rent has gone up. Now, this is across the board, and again, other aspects could be in play here as well. So I would highly recommend call them. You never know, right? Everybody's situation is changing a lot, especially around the beginning of the year. Now, obviously, I know that we're into the year a little bit here so far, but the sooner that you do this means the sooner that you could potentially get more benefits, and the longer that you could get those benefits for. Remember this much as well. It's probably not going to be retroactive. So my point is, the sooner that you can make a phone call like this, the sooner that you can have a conversation like this, the higher likelihood that you would have potentially higher benefits for longer. And I can't imagine that they would give you retroactive benefits. Maybe in some instances they could give you potentially retroactive benefits, but I really wouldn't count on it. That's what I'm simply saying. The sooner that you could call and have this conversation, the better off you're going to be, okay? So I'm going to give you a phone number here. This is a 1-800 number. It connects you with like a nationwide hotline, and then it's going to connect you with your local office once you tell them which state you're located in. Now, I've called this number many times before. As we've sat here in videos, I've called this number before. So this is a number I've talked about many, many times before, but simply it's an automated system. You tell them which state you're located in, and then it'll connect you with your local office. Now, obviously, you need to make this phone call during the week, and probably sometime between the hours of like 9 to 5, right? The general, working hours of when these businesses or when these offices would be open, right? So let me give you that number. It is 1-800-221-5689, 1-800-221-5689. One more time, 1-800 or 1-800-221-5689. And again, it's a number that I've called many, many times here, and we've gone through the automated system, and it's just super easy, and it connects you with your office. So you never know. Here's the thing. You never know unless you ask. You've probably heard me say this before. If you've listened to any videos here on the channel for a while now, I say this all the time. You never know unless you ask. I am notorious for asking for deals, okay? If you happen to own a business and I call you and I want to buy something, you better bet I'm going to be asking for a deal, okay? Now here's the thing. I don't ask for like anything for free. That's not what I'm asking for. All I want is just a little discount, right? Now here's the thing. I ask for discounts all the time. It doesn't matter, especially if I'm a returning customer. You never know, because here's the thing. I've learned this a long time ago. Years and years ago, I learned this, which is if you don't ask, you don't get, okay? How many times have you called up a business, or you've called somewhere, or you've gone to a business to buy something, and you say, hi, I'd like to buy this thing here. And they say, sure, come over here, I'll ring you up. And you don't ask, and guess what? They ring you up at full price. However, how many times have you gone in somewhere, and you say, hey, I'll take this, but, can you work on the price a little bit? I see the price here is $50. Can you take 30 for it? Can you take 40, something like this? And maybe they say, it's been sitting here a little while. No problem at all. Sure, I got a lot of this in the back room. Don't worry, I can give it to you for 40. Or you know what my point is? I'm just using some examples here, but the point I'm trying to make here is literally you don't know unless you ask, okay? It's rare for somebody to reach out and say, I'd like to give you some more money these days. You know what I'm talking about? It's not that often that somebody reaches out in a phone call or a letter and they say, I got some cash here with your name on it. Would you like to have it? You know what I mean? It just does not happen all that often. Which, quick side note, by the way, yes, I am still giving away cash here on the channel. I'm also doing the Amazon project just a little while ago. You saw some videos here where I've given away the Amazon gift cards and the cash drops and the members club cash drops and stuff like that. Yes, I am still doing that. And by the way, I've seen a few comments down below saying, you haven't chosen me yet. When are you going to choose me? I'm choosing names as the random comment generator gives me those names. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to reach people as quickly as possible. I know I have not reached everybody here in the community. It's going to take me a while. I'm just being real with you right now. I'm trying to do my best to get to everybody as quickly as possible. But again, I only have so much capacity, right? I can only do so much, right? Unfortunately, I do not have unlimited money. I wish I did. If that were the case, we'd be having a heyday, right? We'd be having a really fun time. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And I don't know, maybe it will be this someday, but I don't know, okay? But I'm just trying to do what I can here. Anyway, I want to recommend this. So if your expenses, if things have gone up for you, if your cost of living has increased so far in 2023, you might want to have that conversation. You never know. It's always worth asking. And here's the thing. What's the worst case scenario if you make this phone call and they can't do anything for you? Worst case scenario, they say, I'm sorry, we looked at your situation, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do right now. The benefits that you're currently receiving is the maximum that you qualify for, right? That's the worst case scenario. They're not going to scold you. You're not going to be in trouble. They're not going to take away your benefit. Worst case scenario, they simply say, sorry, this is there's a maximum we can do right now. This is all we can do. That's okay. At least we tried, right? You never know. Seriously, you never know. And maybe you make the phone call and they say, I'm glad you called. You're going to get an extra $40 a month. You're going to get an extra $50 a month, something like this. Okay, so let's just take that into consideration. Now, also remember this much as well. I've talked about this previously in other videos, which is, unfortunately, as of March, these benefits, as in the extra allotment for SNAP benefits, unfortunately, is ending for everybody. Now, here's the thing I want to point out as well. Before I say this, I want to make this very clear. It has not been approved yet. However, I have seen a number of different headlines, a number of different, articles coming out suggesting that lawmakers are potentially talking about trying to reinstate more funding for the extra allotment. Now, again, will it actually get done? I don't know. That's why I said earlier before, just a couple seconds ago before I started saying that, is I can't promise anything. It has not been approved yet, but I have seen a number of articles coming out suggesting that lawmakers are potentially talking about reinstating the funding to get that extra allotment extended out further. So who knows? Hopefully they'll do something here at some point. I don't know what Congress is doing, behind the scenes. We only know what we know. But again, who knows what they're doing behind closed doors, what they're talking about. Hopefully they'll do something, because it's going to get really rough here. When March rolls around and that extra allotment and the boost ends for millions of people across the country, it's not going to be a good situation, especially as we continue to see food prices increasing. Food is still very expensive right now. So why they would end it right now is beyond what any of us can really comprehend, right? Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. I hope this little suggestion helps you out. And again, I'm just using rent as an example. If your utility costs have gone up, things like this, it goes, all across the board. If your cost of living has gone up because of rent or utilities or anything like that, you never know. Make a phone call. Call that number that I gave you. Have a conversation with somebody, and you never know. Maybe they'll increase your benefits. You know what I mean? So it's always worth asking. Anyway, hope this one helps you. Again, that 1-800 number that I gave you a couple minutes ago is 1-800-221-5689, 1-800-221-5689. Anyway, hope this one helps you. Again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, stay safe out there, and as I get more details on anything going on right now, of course, I'll bring it to you and bring it to your attention right away. So enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.